Madden 23 is just around the corner, and EA has released some details in their Face of the Franchise mode, and I'm going to dive into that. So I'm going to be reading along with the article they have, and as well as putting my opinion in here. Let me know down below, guys, your opinion on Face of the Franchise mode / career mode. Right out of the gate, it's been the same for years, so I'm really hoping that they've made that they went head first and that they've changed a bunch of the stuff that we've been screaming at them for years to change. Starting here, it says focusing purpose. We took a long look right at the heart of Face of the Franchise, the league this year, placing consistent feedback from our dedicated player base alongside our own expectations for what the mode could and should be. We knew it was time for some fundamental changes. With that in mind, we used a few basic principles to guide us through development. Now, before I even dive into this, my personal opinion is, like I said, it's been the same for such a long time. It's really boring, and the last one had a lot of glitches, which I was really upset about. I'm like, seriously, you guys didn't even put the work in. I don't want them to copy 2K, but 2K does their mode pristine, and it's so good with backstories. And there's actually a storyline to the whole thing. With Face of the Franchise, there was none. So I'm really hoping that they do something with it this year. Action. We focused heavily on what players have told us they want most. Impactful progression, feeling of achievement in your career, and most importantly, getting into the action on the field much faster. Core systems we created, refined, and in some cases overhauled systems central to our core gameplay loop. We want them to be more polished, engaging, and easily sustainable for the future. Quality. While quality and polish is always a focus, we really made it top priority across the Face of the Franchise team to deliver both at launch. Now, I'm really hoping that each of these points that they made, they're actually going to go dive in head first. I almost wanted to take like a movie approach, like the comeback story, like even being able to pick a comeback story, a top pick, an undrafted player, and then having like unique storylines for each of those. Contracts and quick starts. While there's no doubt plenty more stories to be told about promising young rookies rocketing to stardom, we all know there's a lot more to the NFL than just that. This year, we wanted to let our players explore a place just beyond traditional starting points. So far from being a fresh-faced first year, straight from the draft, you enter the league as an underutilized fifth-year free agent, eager to finally make this his breakout season. Your biggest decision right from the jump is making use of our upgrade free agency contract signing system to select the team you want to play for. Now, this is interesting. I'm not a big fan of them just throwing you into that. I wish you could have the option, a rookie, fifth-year player, an undrafted player. There's so many ways they can go about it, but I guess this year they're throwing us right in. Again, we'll see how that all plays out. But I guess right away you can kind of see, and it even shows here, which I do like. You get, skill points per game. It has your contract, A, B, C, D grades on the side, depending on, it says right there, position need, scheme fit. So, you might get more money on the Jets, but it's not a great fit. So that's definitely a good step in the right direction. Take into consideration things like the quality of a team's need for a player at your position and skill level, whether you're a good fit for their current scheme, and of course, whether they're willing to pay you above your current predicted market value. Those dollars and cents will matter this year, granting you things like bonus rep used for leveling your player depending on the quality of your pay. It's down to you whether you want to play for your favorite team and just let the money do its talking. From creating your player, signing with a team, and running out onto the field ready for kickoff will be just 15 minutes of setup, which, okay, that's good. You get to at least dive right into the gameplay. It's a change of pace we made for a few reasons, with the biggest one being that it lets our players dive straight into exactly what they came for, real NFL football. We want everyone to be able to get on the sticks and into the regular season so they can begin to define who they are and how they play through their own actions, rather than focus on a huge amount of effort into a lengthy, linear prologue that sometimes puts playtime in the league hours of sight. Honestly, I think they would be able to do a little bit of both, a little bit of storyline, a little bit of gameplay, a little bit of, I like how in 2K where you can walk around the court, you can walk around areas, you can go to like buy stuff for your player. They really need to implement something like that. They really, really do. Improve player locked gameplay. As you dive into the action, one of the biggest changes you'll notice is the introduction of true player-locked gameplay. While operating solely out of the shoes of your created player was always an option in previous years, now you'll be committed to mastering your position and relying on your teammates to do their job, without the ability to flip over to full team control, which, okay, I like. You only play your player, because I know you before you can play the, you can be the quarterback, and if you're a receiver, you can just throw it to yourself every time. At least this way, it adds a little bit of, you're not gonna get the ball every time. Maybe even if you call for a pass, they're not gonna throw it to you just because you're not open. I'm really hoping like they make it more realistic that way. It wasn't a decision made lightly, but in a mode whose guiding purpose is living the life of your star player, we wanted to deliver a unique and compelling experience that felt distinct and engaging for the face of the franchise focused players, both new and old. With that change in mind, a lot of work has gone into making each of our 5 playable positions more fun, engaging, and to handle at all times. From camera work to core mechanics all over the field for 5 positions, every game should feel dynamic and alive no matter where you line up on the field. And we did say 5 positions. Cornerback is selectable within face of the franchise for the first time this year as we continue to key in on the ways to play most requested by the community while performing as a lockdown CB. There is no easy feat. We believe it can be one of the most fun and rewarding new ways to play Madden. Veterans looking for a fresh challenge. So as you can see below here, face of the franchise, select a career to play. You got quarterback, wide receiver, running back, linebacker, and corner. Position, focus, progression. Another sizable shift was in the world of player progression. We're moved away from last year's concept of leveling classes that were meant to represent unique football archetypes and instead simply focus on progression around each of the 5 positions. This will put together an emphasis on making each of those positions more flexible and customizable, giving power to the player when it comes to how they want to build to function and operate, which I really hope that you can be multiple different quarterback types, multiple different wide receiver types. I hope they didn't get rid of that. I hope they keep all of that and you can progress through those and level up and be the best in one of those, say, 5 little branches of a quarterback, wide receiver. They have to make it as customizable as possible so the fans enjoy it more. You can get more out of the game that way. With things like a freshly updated UI, plus the added ability to freely respect your build so you can shuffle your skill points and abilities as desired, we're hoping players will feel empowered until they find what looks and plays right to them. Again, just going with the whole customizable thing, it's gotta be super customizable so everyone can have many different versions of each position, because I think that's just really important. Refreshed League Hub. The League Hub, that core screen which will serve as your home before and after every single game, has also gotten a significant facelift, which I just want to say now, it's been so all the hubs in the last few have just been all the same. It's so generic, you can't do anything. Again, I don't think they're doing it in this one, but I really wish you could venture off in your team stadium or just a default stadium that they make, go to the locker room and visit and have maybe some chats with some players walking around, or they're gonna have to implement that. And I really think that they'd just make the game a whole lot better if they did that, to be honest. Beyond a number of organizational improvements to the UI with things like subcategories and the action items, the most notable change is our return to 3D backgrounds. In Madden NFL 23, these living spaces will update dynamically depending on a number of factors throughout the week and the season. Prior to an away game, you might see your players set up in a hotel room. For a home game, you'll be operating out of a regular apartment. After a big win, you'll be in the locker room celebrating alongside your teammates. After a loss, things might be a little more somber. It's going in the right direction. Again, I don't know what it's gonna look like exactly, but it's going in the right direction, and I like that there's a bunch of options here at least. Part of your push this year was to keep you connected to your created player and their journey, whether you're in the game or in the menus preparing for the next one. By providing consistent windows into your life, even when off the field, we hope that degree of immersion starts to bleed through into every moment of play. Through the League Hub, you'll be able to select your weekly goal for the upcoming game. Keeping your next matchup in mind, you'll be able to select the more difficult goals to earn more rep. There's a lot of improvements that I want to see, and I know there's a lot of videos out there talking about it. Again, guys, let me know down in the comments what you think. What should they add? What should they take out? The one thing I want them to add is face scanning again. That, oh my god, that was in like Madden 13 or 12 or something like that. I loved it. But yeah, guys, let me know your biggest thing you want them to add to Madden again. Finally, there's more to life of an NFL pro than just what they do on game day. It's the hard days of training, prep, plus other obligations that make the bulk of the real workload. And our new and improved our side activity system is your way to capture that part of the fantasy. From off-field training prep that provides temporary stat boosts to get you operating at peak performance, to on-field drills to test your skills and provide more rep to help boost your level, to side stories that fire off short vignettes and grant even more unique rewards. The goal was to give a variety of content that will give you more freedom to dedicate how you want to spend your time and fine-tune your player on his journey. At a basic level, it works like this. Select the side activity action item prior to your game for the week. Browse through the available open days depending on how short the current week is. Set up an activity or drill available within each given day. Lock in your selections and sim the week. Past that, you'll be able to watch any cutscenes or be prompted to play or sim any on-field drills that you selected. See the rest of the week fly by and then get a summary of all the boosts and rewards granted for the work you just put in. Do what you want to get more involved with your community and earn unique rewards, or opt out of for extra training to receive another stat boost for the next game. You'll take note of how these decisions each week unfold through your career. It will give you another piece of immersion that makes you feel closer to the life of your player, that creates a greater connection to the league. And it gives a little example here. Select side activities, pass defense, says legs compression, like I guess you're working out, and maxed out day. I really hope there's at least a little cutscene with each of these. If you're gonna do a leg workout, maybe show your guy in the gym. If you're gonna do, some pass defense drills, hopefully you're with your coach and some other teammates. That is gonna do it for this video, guys. I went over the whole article. I will put this in the description if I remember, hopefully. But let me know, guys, down below what you think they should add, what you think they should take out. I'll definitely be looking to have a conversation down in the comments for sure. Madden 23 is around the corner. I'm so excited. I hope you are too. But I'm going to be maybe making 1 or 2 more videos of other game modes, so be on the look for them. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like and subscribe if you did, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. See you guys later.